Homeownership is an investment in your future. Now, there are many people thinking about buying a home, but with everything affecting the economy, some are wondering if it's a smart decision to buy now or if it makes sense to just wait, because they're not sure what's really to expect, especially what's been happening over the last year, actually the last few years. I service multiple locations, and I know that things have definitely changed dramatically for Georgia and Alabama residents. Georgia clients, a lot of my customers are having a hard time, not necessarily getting approved, but finding a property in their price range, just the cost of homes had increased. Okay, so it's just a lot going on. The desire for homeownership hasn't changed. A lot of people are just scared or not sure what to expect or what's going to take place. Many prospective buyers are waiting for validity of what's going to take place regarding the mortgage rates. They're not sure if it's going to go up, is it going to go down? And we know rates are going to go up and down. It's not going to level off right now. So we are just taking a look and seeing what's taking place. There's nothing wrong with that, to keep an eye out on what's happening. Everybody wants a clear picture of the economic outlook. We all want to be clear, including us agents. If you're not in the position, or you're in a position, you're going to be kind of figuring out what direction you want to go. You're going to make a plan A, plan B. And remember that it's important to consider not just what's happening today, but also the benefits of what you can gain long term. As an investor, I have done things over the years. I started investing in my 20s, so I know a lot about how you benefit from doing things early on in life. And I had to learn from a lot of my mistakes. There's a lot more information out there about how homeownership helps you build a homeowner's net worth over time. A lot of people don't understand that. Now, had I known what I know now, I would have held on to a lot of the properties that I owned, but I wasn't knowledgeable. I didn't have the knowledge that I have today. And keep in mind, this has been about 20 years ago. So when you think about it, many people think first about having a 401k, which is nothing wrong with a 401k. Before they think of owning a home, though, they're thinking about building wealth through a 401k tool. Especially important if you're young and you're thinking about your future for retirement and building wealth for your future. We all have been trained the way to go is to get a job, you can get 401k or some sort of investment. But, we do have to understand how homeownership is another key way to invest in your future. I read an article the other day, Bloomberg Notes. And in Bloomberg, it talks about the millenniums. Okay, I've never really been big on the millenniums and all the Gen X and all of this, but I had to learn about it because it has some knowledge to be understood about that. Millenniums have higher average 401k balances than the Generation X. Research Millenniums and Generation X. Now, they have higher balances than the Generation X did when they were the same age, but they're not any better off financially. It's not that they have more money and more access. A lot of that has to do with being less likely to own a home. They have no knowledge about how important credit is in home ownership to help them to understand just how much owning a home can have a positive impact on your life over the period of time, over the years. It's not a quick fix where you get a quick fix, get rich scheme, what do they call it? But it's a time factor, patience. You have to take a look at what the data shows, okay, and what's taking place. And I looked at the Bloomberg article. It helps us show the gap in wealth between renters and homeowners. Take a look at Bloomberg. The article goes in detail. It did tell us good details about what's going on between renters and homeowners who are the age 65 years and older. Okay, mind you, I am not 65, but I think about my future, being in my 40s now, where I would be when I turn 65, where I was in my 20s, and where I am now. The difference is the substantial, even when income are similar. It's not a huge difference. Homeownership is an investment in the future, okay? Because a lot of people think, well, how cost of living was less then, but people made less money 30 years ago. People made less money and still acquired a home, still own a home and had a stable household, a place to live more than renting. So when you think about it, buying home and investing is a part of wealth. It's part of building wealth, and it has success for later. It's a later on gain. It's not a quick fix, get rich scheme now. It's something that you hold on to build assets for the future. That's because whether you decide to rent or buy a home, you have a monthly housing expense either way. You're going to have a bill either way. So the question is, are you going to invest in yourself and your future, or you are going to help someone else, such as your landlord? There's nothing wrong with paying rent for a short period of time. There's nothing wrong with that experience, but you have to understand you're building someone else's wealth. You have the ability to get your own, depending on how you put your mind to it to do what you need to do. The bottom line, before putting your homeownership plans on hold, let's connect. Let's go over your options. Let's map out a plan. That's what I do, help people map out plans for the future so that we can get you on the right track to owning something, owning what's yours, having full knowledge of how you can benefit of being a homeowner long term, not just now, but for your future as a whole. Contact your girl to learn more about how you can invest in your future. Have a great day.